The one thing that stayed around that I'm very proud of are the CEO roundtables. I had experienced those luncheon type gatherings when I was with the Georgia Press Association, and brought that idea, and we were able to start those in Oklahoma. And that's a great opportunity for executive directors to get together and talk about personnel issues or just issues at the Capitol, and kind of have the camaraderie of a small group gathering. We did a retreat that year, and where all the board members went to Quartz Mountain, and that certainly was helpful. The director at the time, Richard Hess, was very helpful. He helped kind of guide you along, and for the first time, being the first time that I was the president of an organization, I realized that your personal agenda was really not the place to present that. And so we kept things moving along, had some great educational programs, but it's all the people that work with you that really make for a successful year. I work now for the Academy of Family Physicians, and the mission of our association is to improve the health care for the people of Oklahoma. So that's really an ennobling cause. We have a person at the Capitol. I occasionally go to the Capitol. We get our members involved with legislation for programs that really help people be healthier, like smoking issues and vaccination issues. So that's very rewarding. I like association work because it's varied. We do a lot of different things. You wear several hats. I have a staff of 2, so there are a lot more hats there than there are people to wear them. Lee Nichols was one of the first people that really took an interest in my career, and because of his love of education and continuing education, Lee took me somewhat under his wing while he was doing the CAE review course, and really taught me a whole lot of nuts and bolts about association management. Deborah Bailey and I attended Institute together at UCLA, and she's another person that really helped me learn and supported me during my beginning years in association management. Every December, OSAE would host a Christmas party, and generally the governor would allow that party to take place in the governor's mansion. I had attended that several times, but one year my adult children were in town, and my mother and father were there, and my children, and the Henrys were there, and that was really a neat thing for us to share as a family. I think at one point, Governor Henry said, "How many Blackstocks are we going to be able to squeeze into this mansion?" In the early days, some of the meetings were really pretty much over the top, to the point that there were even drinking games that I couldn't keep up with. But those days have changed quite a bit. But I still remember jumping off a bus in Tulsa and flying up 5 flights of stairs to find a guest room and take a shot of tequila, and then get on the bus and go to the next venue. And it really built a lot of camaraderie. I think our meetings still do that without the tequila, though. I think it's really important for an association manager to look outside of just the profession that they represent. Some can be really entrenched into that profession. It is a pretty global experience. We do a lot of the same things. If you haven't experienced, for example, a large trade show, to look for that experience with maybe one of the other associations, much like I did. I realized that the profession I was working for really took great pride in those alphabet soup initials after their name, and knew that they really meant something. And so from that point on, I worked to complete the CAE, and it's been an honor to be a CAE, to recertify. The people I work for, doctors, they recertify their license every several years. They are required to do continuing education, which we produce a lot of. So it translates, it makes this job more of a profession. I think OSAE does a good job of keeping up with current trends, being the warehouse, if you will, of current trends and looking at ways that associations are going, for example, with social media. Those new things that a lot of us aren't that familiar with are very important for association executives. So I think cutting edge education is very important. I think creating a community of association staff and association executives, opportunities for them to network and to learn from each other is important. And that's really how OSAE started. I would say that OSAE is doing a very good job of working in that direction. I really do enjoy association management, and one of the reasons, as my counterpart in Georgia has said, we run our own shop. We have a group of directors that guide us, but it truly is being your own Audrey McClendon or your own Larry Nichols on a lot smaller scale, but it's been really rewarding to be able to come up with ideas and projects and to then get the board to come along, move them along with you, and to develop those programs and celebrate the successes and learn from the failures.